Jimmy's standing in the doorway, just like going at her like this.
Stupid ass bitch.
And then someone's like, I think it's Taylor. I think Taylor.
No, Michaela said it.
Oh, it's like
Michaela's not in this room anymore. She's on the bed in the bedroom. She's like, I have something to interject. We have to go to dinner. They're like, oh shit.
So they all rushed to get.
You're like, yes, the girl with the chronic disease. Let's feed her. Damn, that's great. We'll try it. Welcome back, everybody. All right, so we're going to react now to the Secret Life of Mormon Wives. Jinx.
Yeah, got it.
I don't know. Episode 2 through 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
Correct. Because we did the first episode just like a initial trauma dump. So much. Yeah, and so much happened in 4 episodes. It feels like we watched it for an eternity. But let's start at episode 2. Taylor gets out of jail, and what is it, like a 2-year jump?
It's a 11-month jump.
Basically a year later, and she's pregnant, about ready to pop. What are you looking at?
Sorry.
Oh, she's playing the episode. You can't play the episode on the pult.
I'm sorry. I was trying to figure out how many episodes we had left. Sorry. Sorry.
We have a tech guy for that.
You can.
I listen. It was on my app right here on my phone. Okay.
Anyways,
I'm just saying. I also have the access to the internet.
so Taylor's having a baby shower,
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
a Mormon baby shower.
I don't think those are any different from a regular baby shower.
It was like in a barn.
It was in a Mormon-owned
Facility.
space.
That's what it was. That's what it
is.
is. So yeah, she invites everyone. I feel like Taylor is probably the most authentic one out of them all, especially after everything that she had been through.
Yeah.
She's like trying to turn a page and, you know, be healthy, try to get back into the church, going to church with Dakota, you know, all the things.
Yep.
It's lovely to see compared to the first episode.
The first episode was,
Yeah, we talked about that.
a nightmare. It was, yeah.
Anyways.
Let's see, right? So it really is just centered around her for that episode too.
Basically.
In the baby shower, where she invites all of Mom Talk.
Yeah.
And then we jump to, is it Whitney, Macy, and Michaela?
A group of them, for sure.
A group
The
of...
new clique that Winnie has conjured.
Right. And so we jump to like them out at lunch or doing something, and they're talking about the baby shower because they're like, oh, well, like, what are you wearing? Are you going?
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. And Whitney's like, I'm not going.
I'm not going. She's not my friend.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah. She's like, I don't even know why I was invited.
They're like, are you going to tell her? Like,
Yeah.
let her know, maybe, so she doesn't pay for your dinner in a fucking reception.
Pretty much. She doesn't.
Excuse my French.
I just want to ask, did you guys feel like they were friends before that?
Absolutely not.
So maybe.
So I feel like, because we cover majority of like the drama right in episode 1 and kind of how
The
they
soft swinging.
Yeah.
The live TikTok that Taylor did that Whitney was offended by.
Right.
But she sat down with her and Michaela and we're like, you know, let's try to hash this out. I want to try and be Mom Talk again.
Right.
That's the last we heard of their friendship.
Right.
That was a year prior to the events.
Correct.
Yeah.
So you'd have thought they would have, squash that beef.
Something.
Right. turns out, though, it's because, remember Whitney's whole thing about, bless you. Whitney's whole thing about the whole Tinder thing with her husband, and she was offended that Taylor didn't reach out to herself after telling everyone. So then it turns into she doesn't think the friendship is reciprocated. So she's no longer going to try nor care.
Right.
Nor show up to her baby shower.
Correct.
But Taylor has no idea of any of this.
Right.
So,
Taylor's completely in the dark. She thinks that they're still friends.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, Whitney's going to come.
Yeah. She was
To the
100% sure of it. And then she's like getting ready and they're at the baby shower. And, you know, the mom talk group slowly kind of comes in and everything. And they're sitting there talking and eating. And Taylor sits there and is looking around. She's like, well, where's Whitney? And
Don't want to start without her.
Yeah. Is she coming? And
I forget that girl's name.
poor Layla is kind of like, well, actually,
she told me she's not going to show up.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't think you're friends. I don't want to break the news to you. But
in case you were wondering,
you're
not friends anymore.
She's like, oh, okay. And I think she tells her mom. Someone tells her mom.
I think her mom might have been there right next to her as she's asking mom talk where Whitney is.
Yeah, they're like, oh, they're not friends.
And so the mom found Whitney.
And she's
then,
like, hi?
Yeah.
Are you calling me?
And
She's
Whitney,
so fucking rude.
She really is. But Whitney kind of sits there and tells her Taylor's mom that she thinks that this is a conversation as to why she's not there that needs to be had with Taylor and not her mom. Which, correct, except you should have started that and initiated that conversation and you refused to do it.
Yeah.
In fact, she avoids it at all costs.
Yes, it all comes down to Whitney literally telling everybody in their group except for Taylor that they're not friends and can't be friends.
Right. And
she doesn't care anymore.
No intention of being her friend.
So yeah, that was awkward. I think the episode basically ends with that. I don't know if there's anything huge.
The only other huge thing is, if you want to consider it huge, is that Dakota moves in.
Oh, right.
Taylor,
we must speak on that.
And Taylor drops the bomb to her parents at her house the day of him moving in.
Like an hour before he shows up with
his boxes.
Amazon boxes.
And Home Depot boxes.
Been there.
I don't know what's more embarrassing, to like show up at your soon-to-be fiance. Are they engaged?
No.
His soon-to-be baby mother's house.
Yeah.
With, like all of your shit, you know. Or for that to happen, and then her parents are like, "You do this all the time. Get girls pregnant and just fucking move in." Remember that? Remember how awkward that
that was?
He's really like, no, I swear. On the bed guy.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell if they were joking, but I don't think they were, man.
Oh no, he was pissed.
It was so...
They were dead serious.
Happens in a lot of religions.
Yeah.
Which we talked about, kind of.
Yeah. We were, what was it? He's like, no, they're trying to do this. He's like, I know we've done it backwards.
A normal response.
Right. He's like, and... would we have liked to do this the correct way? Absolutely. But it's a little late for that now. So we're making like the best and doing what we can for this situation.
I think her first pregnancy scare.
Yeah.
They probably should have figured out if they were going to get married or continue to do it the way they were doing it.
So I am curious. Can you look this up? Do Mormons believe in birth control? Do they use
the temple?
Right, so that's kind of like the Catholic thing.
But they take ketamine. That's for later though. Spoiler.
They do do
Dodo. Pause for dramatic effect.
Oh my god, Mikey B.
You got a type, dude.
Let's see. So, basically, the results are that they do not ban birth control, but they also don't encourage it.
It's like a choice.
Yeah, it's so like they don't ban you from using it, but they're also not like use birth control, right?
I don't think anyone's forcing anyone to use birth control.
I think the official text is a private matter between the couple and God and should be shared with God. In marriage, it's acceptable if a couple decides after prayer that they should not have children for a time. Birth control outside of marriage is not approved,
Oh.
Oh.
So you have to be married to
Yeah.
decide if you want to have kids.
So that's
Which seems
though. Also,
counterproductive.
abortionist.
Equal, obviously.
Yeah, without being said.
So
I feel like that's counterproductive if they really want you to be getting married, practicing abstinence. Because, like, realistically, these
That's why the
women.
whole soaking thing comes about.
I can't talk about soaking.
Talk about soaking.
no,
I brought
I don't.
Soaking.
It's like someone
Stop
else is
it.
jumping on the bed.
Or shaking from underneath.
What the?
I've not heard that one.
So you get like a bunk bed scenario, right? They're on the top bunk. Or you're
No, I can
underneath the
imagine
bottom
it.
bunk.
Definitely.
Could you imagine laying underneath someone's bed?
We gotta watch this show called Jury Duty.
No, thank you.
Well, shout out to the show Jury Duty.
Shut up.
So, okay, so because she's not married to Dakota, she's not allowed to be on birth control.
That's what it seems like.
Which is why she
Got
almost got pregnant twice.
But also, and she should have been practicing abstinence because they're not married.
But she drinks alcohol, so.
Right.
We gotta get to that part too. That was crazy.
So
I think we did touch on that part.
she's breaking rules. I don't know. I feel like if you're going to break that rule of premarital sex, then
might as well just take birth control.
or I'm sorry, condoms. I know they're not 100% effective.
So is it all contraception or just birth control?
I think it's just birth control
because of what it does to your body.
I could be wrong.
Also,
I don't know.
I feel Dakota's not Mormon, so if he just wants to slap a rubber on it.
Dakota's Mormon.
He's
I'm pretty sure.
definitely Mormon.
Fentanyl and all.
I
think it's a post fentanyl development.
I think so too.
But he didn't grow up with it.
I would say no.
I have no clue.
So he's like,
I don't know his backstory.
Yeah, he's not really talked about.
No.
Unless he's causing trouble.
You know what? I'll bet that he did.
Did what?
That he did grow up with it.
I think he did not.
I would, yeah.
Different part of Utah.
He's from California, so I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. He is. Probably
But
not.
I don't know how the Mormon population is in different states.
I think there is something in California. There's something in Maryland. A church, not something.
There's one in Chicago, too.
Anyways, off topic.
So
I did it wrong.
Yep.
Sorry.
So that was an uncomfortable situation. My bad. I hit my mic. To watch. I felt uncomfy.
Oh, the parent interaction, yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly forgot what we were talking about.
Yeah. But I would say, realistically, if of all the rules for her to break after a miscarriage, that would have been the one. Like, as a mother, whether I was Mormon or not,
Gotta get you on something.
we've gotta.
Because she was like, she walked away like, I'm so mad at you.
Yeah.
Help her.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, I mean, like, she says that she's really happy that they're bringing in another life, which they love them babies.
Right. I mean, life is sacred.
Right.
Whether a bastard or not.
Did you burp?
Try not to. Swallowed it.
I was like, man, it's just really feeling that word.
But I also wonder if that's why they don't believe in contraception, because it's inhibiting and stopping that potential of life, which wouldn't mean maybe that's also why they wouldn't necessarily believe in condoms as well.
I don't know if it's. That's why I asked if it's everything
I really
contraception
need to know
wise.
more about their sexual beliefs.
Do not type that in Google.
What a Google search.
You're gonna get weird porn.
Oh,
Share.
okay. So there's a law of chastity, which I think they've mentioned in the show,
They have.
where they are taught to abstain from sex before marriage and remain faithful to their spouse after marriage, being morally clean in thoughts, words, and actions.
Right, which Connor broke.
So, sexual relations are only
Wait a
to
second.
create children or to strengthen the bond between husband and wife.
Which is ass backwards.
Church teaches that members should avoid pornography, which can be addictive and destructive. So, any use of pornography.
Was that Connor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So him just watching a video led to him being addicted. Got it.
That's what we're calling it.
I'm glad that was cleared up this
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Go figure that one out.
I was like, really, what is the addiction here? I understand like a sex addiction.
Yeah.
So, they are allowed to use condoms.
Was that pre?
But that's like a more modern belief. So, if they're traditional Mormon, they probably don't believe in condoms or contraceptive.
I would say Taylor is not a traditional Mormon.
No. And then I think that the parents, like that generation, like the mom talks parents, they really fall short. Like even I think Whitney, when she wanted to
Oh, the
the vibrator that she wanted to promote.
Yeah.
She said that her mom never gave her like the sex talk. It was just never spoken of.
Right.
Which is kind of common in like traditional religious families like that. They just don't speak about it. You're just supposed to be abstinent.
Right.
You don't even know if you're soaking.
I hope they at least teach them body parts. My God.
Anatomy.
We'll never know, really. I don't know. I have so many thoughts about that because I never really thought of like not teaching someone about sex being like the way to get them to do abstinence, because like you have that desire and like you have nothing to like be like, oh, I probably could get like a disease or a baby from this. You're good. Well, let's see where this goes. Let's see where the soak train takes me. Right?
Ew.
Yeah, like you read something, I don't know where, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, but that a girl thought that she had to get pregnant by like the man's part falling
off inside of her.
Yeah. So maybe that's why they're soaking, because they're like, eventually it will dissolve into me.
So I looked into it while we were talking. So soaking is just. I'm trying to figure out a way to say this so it's not going to get fucking bleeped out.
Do it like in the most anatomy kind of way.
So it's just insertion,
right?
But you're not allowed to like move or do anything.
Which is why people jump on the bed or shake the bed.
Yeah, you have to be stagnant.
I think because technically, in their eyes, there's no intercourse happening.
If you're not moving.
Just parts touching.
Connecting?
But if something else occurs, like if there's an earthquake or if that's like not God's will, but that's like against your control. Out of your control, right?
You're like praying for an earthquake. Could you imagine? Please, please, please. 7 family homes were destroyed.
All those earthquakes.
Oh my God.
You guys are talking about the parents and them not being super happy with Dakota moving in.
Oh, God.
Do you guys feel like that there was a way for them to like co-parent with them not living with her? Because I feel like that would just put extra work.
He wanted to be there to get sometimes. When you're pregnant and you live alone, it's not really like the best. It almost feels like you're doing it alone because, yes, she could go into labor at any point or something could go wrong. And she's just like, what, sat home alone?
Right.
Drinking pop.
But also
Teddy Paps.
after birth, right? I mean,
Even then, yeah.
even then you need help. And I'm like, is her mom gonna come and stay with her for the first couple of weeks? And I know she's not a new mom, like but
I feel her mom would definitely.
but she's got 2 other kids that are with her 50% of the time. And when she had those 2 kids, she had a husband who was hopefully helping. So I don't know. I could see maybe if it were me in Taylor's position, I would let him move in, but I don't know that I would let him in my room. I think I would give
separate
him
bedroom.
his own bedroom.
Yeah.
So it's like, yes, we're living together and we're co-parenting, but we're not like living
Not
together.
chatting.
Yeah. So he's here.
But they're still dating.
Right.
It can get confusing.
It can get.
I live with you, but we're dating, but we can't.
Yeah.
I can see the parents' point of view on that. Yeah.
Right. But it's kind of like, well, here's a bit of a compromise. He's here to help raise his child while we're still dating to get to know each other, and we're in separate bedrooms.
And there are beautiful aspects of pregnancy that a man can experience as well.
Yeah.
Kicking,
Right.
talking to the baby is very healthy.
I don't know. I just there's some things that they probably could have done differently, could have done better, can change. I don't know.
We'll never know. These people aren't real.
They actually are. It's kind of scary.
I'm convinced they're robots.
Or
or they're like brainwashed in some way.
Oh, absolutely.
When I say not real, I mean like not authentic people.
That's very interesting. Because a lot of the things that they've done feel like weirdly simulated. Like there's that scene later on where they're like at Galentine's, and one of the girls is like, "Oh, I can't wait to see you tomorrow." Oh wait, are you going to that thing tomorrow?
And she knew she wasn't fucking invited.
Oh yeah. So okay,
That's our next swap.
Yeah. So
Transition.
So that's episode 3.
The Book of Saints and Sinners.
Yes.
So it starts with what's the Affleck's dude's name?
So
Zach.
it's Jen and Zach. Yeah.
He graduated his undergrad, and they have a shindig, a pop shindig.
Oh, that's right. They have the soda man there.
They got all the soda you can have. I'm trying not to swear.
You can swear. It's fine.
I feel weird talking about Mormons.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I do feel weird doing this, honestly.
We should be like.
We should just do a couple of these just to.
Anyways.
Yeah, so it's at, I want to say, his parents' house.
Right. And this is the first time Taylor and Whitney have seen each other since the baby shower.
Yeah.
Which is awkward.
Yeah, that's right. That is the first time they've seen each other in like a year.
Whitney's like mean mugged once she knows Taylor's there. It's whatever. High school.
It really is.
But anyways, they all like hop into this hot tub. The hot tub is not big enough for 20 fucking people.
There's way too many people in this hot tub.
Kept seeing people coming out with their bathing suits on. I was like, there's not enough room.
That water was so fucking disgusting.
It was holy water, probably.
Not with all that alcohol in it.
I don't think he spilled a drop.
So who is it? Jeez.
That was soda water, dude.
Dude, that was honestly really funny because at the dinner.
Oh, right.
Like, who here drinks? Because you're not supposed to be drinking.
Oh, that's right.
When he was like, Jordan, what do you have in that cup? He was like, water. Not fucking water.
And they're like shaming each other. Then they get to the pool and the guy's like, all right, let's really work. Right?
Yeah. It got weird in there. We're talking about not drinking. So, y'all want shots?
Right.
I have a flask.
Yeah. Is it Jess and her husband? Jordan. Was there somebody else drinking as well? Or was it just those two?
And then it was that girl who was at her hair appointment.
Demi.
Demi drank?
Yes, it was Demi, Jess, Jordan drinking.
Oh,
Okay.
Because Demi took like a swig.
Okay.
I can't remember if she did or not.
Did Layla take one too?
I don't think so.
I think Layla felt. I always feel like she looks like she's uncomfortable.
Yeah. Wouldn't you? As the most normal person in the group.
Because she didn't actually grow up Mormon.
No, she just showed up to this fuck ass party. Like, what are these people?
I do find it funny that she's always wanted to break the twist to them. Like, oh, Whitney's not coming because she doesn't think you're her friend.
Isn't she like an attorney or something?
She's too young. She's only 22.
I felt like there's some kind of law thing. Anyways, off topic.
So that's right. So they hand this flask around the jacuzzi. Jen's getting more and more irritated about it. Which
I think Zach was too. He came out with his Diet Coke and was like, "What is happening?
yeah,
At my parents' house?"
which I get, right? Like if my parents were super traditional Mormon, you are also Mormon, so you should
Respect
know
the
better.
house rules,
Right? And exactly.
basically. So yeah,
And it's
Jen's pretty upset about it, and then ultimately they get disinvited to the baby blessing
yeah.
that Jen's hosting like the next week or something.
It's real close. It's like right on the back end of this graduation party.
Yeah, and I think Jen was talking to Whitney. And, oh, right, they got like Botox and were huffing, laughing.
Oh, that's
God.
right.
It's too much laughing.
Right.
We really can't get into too much detail. We need to wrap it. Like, don't specifically call out every single moment.
That's right. They talk about how their body's a temple, but yet they go and put Botox in and get high off nitrous oxide at the
only
office.
thing they can get high off of.
And it's Whitney, Michaela, Jen, and Macy.
Yeah.
And those four are what we're calling the saints. So Jen at that appointment then decides it's just those three who are being invited to the baby blessing.
Yeah, she's
and
like,
everybody else is disinvited.
It's like, I know we're like huffing laughing gas right now, but like they drank alcohol at my husband's parents' house, and I don't think they should come anymore.
Also, Taylor got
Give me a
removed
hit.
for not coming too, which I thought was weird, right?
So her reasoning that she sits there in her little interview and everything is that Whitney, Macy, and Michaela are the three strongest in the church. They're the most devout women, wives, whatever, within Mormon, as well as her, supposedly. And so the rest of them are just a little too lax. And so she doesn't want that at the baby blessing.
Yeah, but it's like she can't even think for herself. She's like, Whitney, is that what I should do?
Yeah, she does ask Whitney.
Yeah.
I'm like, girl, think for yourself.
So then we see Jess and Demi talking. And
Getting
then
her hair done.
Yeah, they call Jen to see.
She went on some lunch with somebody, and she was talking about needing to get a dress for this baby blessing, and she was like, I don't think you're invited. You shouldn't get that dress.
Oh, that's
so
right.
Then she shows up to get her hair done at Jesse's hairdresser.
Jay-Z.
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 Her Jay-Z hairdressing studio, whatever. And then they decided to call Jen and like
call her out on it.
Like, yo, what the fuck? Are we going or not? Like, you set a date, a time. She's like, no, I never put that in the group chat. You did. And there were like flashbacks to this car scene where she's like, I would really love it if you came to the baby blessing.
Yeah, you're all invited.
You are also invited, like, formally.
Yeah.
No matter what I say in the future, you guys should definitely come on baby chat.
I didn't formally invite you, actually. My husband's now uncomfortable. Like, he doesn't know your husband's.
So he doesn't want you there.
Yeah. It's just icky. It's very high school. It's like you did something, I don't know.
It did feel, not gonna lie, a lot of the show feels weird because if you replace the Moore moms and their husbands with like a cast of like a teenage drama show,
it makes sense.
It would be like Degrassi, right? Like a bunch of kids come over to like your graduation party and they're drinking alcohol in the jacuzzi while the parents are inside. that's a Degrassi episode.
Yeah, it is.
Watch them go get Botox and they all get high on fucking the laughing gas and say, we're not going to hang out with the other two.
Yeah. I can't believe they got high.
One of them gets pregnant out of wedlock and then tells their parents they're moving the boyfriend in. Degrassi. I've watched it.
16.
Fucking Kevin, dude. Kevin and Jesse, dude. I've watched that episode.
16 and pregnant, dude.
This is also a bit like Glee.
It's like a combination of every teen angst show.
Yeah. I don't know. It's really weird.
Copying you.
You think that's like the only kind of shows they were able to watch?
There's no way. They grew up on VeggieTales.
No, VeggieTales is way too explicit.
What can they watch?
I don't know.
Anyways.
So it's a weird dynamic because she just uses her husband as a cop out this entire time, saying that Zach doesn't really know their husbands.
Right, I said that earlier.
Yeah. And then they get pissed off.
They're like, okay, that's bullshit. Bye. So then there's a Galentine's thing with Demi. Like the next night.
Oh yeah, because you see part of the baby blessing, which is really weird.
Oh, that I don't even talk about.
Yeah, I don't. So we're gonna skip past the actual baby blessing and jump to the Galentine's.
I don't want to say anything offensive about their religion being culty, so I shall not speak on what I saw at that baby blessing.
My only thing I want to mention is that people were saying prayers, right? And you see like the grandpa and the grandma, and then Whitney, of course, has to go up and say something
and cry.
So,
which is weird. I'm like, there was no reason for you to get up. This is not your nephew. This is not.
None of the other moms of Montauk said anything.
Honestly, I don't know if you guys find this weird either, but I thought it would have made more sense if Taylor was there because she was currently pregnant and had to say something. Because, like, that just makes more sense to me. Like, someone that's also in a similar time period as the other person being like, oh, I'll talk at your baby blessing, talk at my baby blessing, right? Maybe I'm just weird.
I think we don't fully know what a baby blessing is.
It seemed like they were just having breakfast burritos. They Skyped in one of
the brother.
He's like, yeah, he's serving in Brazil right now.
Yeah, and then Connor was like, ¿Cómo está?
I just like how he didn't say a word and he was just like
they had him muted, dude. Like, don't interrupt.
You're not allowed to speak.
You're here now, but yeah, so then there was a Galentine's thing.
Oh my god.
And then they're all like in the kitchen and oh no, this was before the blessing. Galentine's was because Macy brought up that they weren't invited at the Galentine's.
That's right.
Galentine's happened before.
Oh, that's right. Because that's how the rest of the group found out that they were invited.
Yeah.
Because Taylor.
Well, I think they all knew. But they were wanting to call Jen out in that very moment, in that very kitchen, being like, well, I'm having this event and we were all invited.
Yeah. But it was Macy, right?
That's what I said.
That started. I don't trust her either.
No.
Which one's Macy?
She's the tall blonde from like the first scene where she meets with Taylor at that little.
And is like telling her how much she doesn't trust Dakota.
Oh. Dude, that dynamic is hilariously awkward for me. Every time Macy and Dakota are near each other, I'm just like, please stop talking to each other.
Yeah.
You guys look like you want to eat each other's faces. Dude.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird that like she wants to sit here and call out Dakota and all of these things to Taylor and once she comes off as like a protector for Taylor and like wants the best for her, but also at the same time is like weirdly close to Whitney, but doesn't tell Whitney the same. Like she's not upfront with Whitney, and she also kind of stirs trouble up because she knew at that Galentine's party that these other girls didn't know that they weren't invited.
I think she goes about it crazily, but she wanted it to be aired.
Right. I don't know. There's just a weird thing with her that I'm not quite sure of yet if her intentions are all good with everybody.
I felt that she was fake from the very first scene that I saw her in.
Yeah.
With Taylor. Because she was kind of saying some, like, backhanded comments.
Yeah.
About the live.
She was...
Yeah. She's a mean girl for sure.
Yeah. That's right. That did happen beforehand. Ooh, that was not fun.
But yeah, also Demi's just, like, walking around in her bra throughout her whole house while people are coming in. And her husband's trying to be, like, the host.
And a camera crew?
Till she's dressed.
Yeah.
I thought that was weird. I was like, because she was, like, doing her eye makeup, and I'm like, I could see that they zoomed in on her face. I was like, oh, maybe that was, like, a mistake. Like, they didn't mean to, like, catch her in her bra, right?
But then they kept showing her in her bra for the rest of
Right.
it.
She just walks out into the balcony, tits out.
Yeah.
Come on in.
Yeah. Honestly, if you had shown that clip and not told me what the show was, I would not have thought it was on a Mormon housewife TV show.
Absolutely.
Right? You're like, what is this fuck-ass drama?
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know.
Yeah, and then before some of the girls even show up, Whitney, Macy, and Michaela, they're like, oh, I have this gift for Demi. It's only for Demi. And it's ruined Fruity Pebbles for me for the rest of my life.
I didn't even like Fruity Pebbles.
Don't hate.
You guys gotta explain this, please. I'm begging you.
I don't even know what she did with that cereal, dude.
Who did?
Demi to her husband.
I cannot come up with a scenario.
He was apparently laid down.
Mm-hmm.
She's straddling him in some way.
I don't know.
There's cereal and milk involved.
I don't think there's milk involved.
I
just cereal?
Don't know where cereal comes into this situation.
How are you gonna hold it where it needs to be until he's like?
No. I refuse.
So is it like golden shower but cereal shower?
Oh, like she's pissing.
That's where I'm imagining.
I personally, because of the context of how she was trying to explain it, that she was laughing hard, it seemed to me like that couple was like, let's do something a little bit spicy, a little bit different than that. I'm gonna get some Fruity Pebbles.
Excuse me?
I legitimately think she coated the inside. Not coated. She put like a gathering of Fruity Pebbles inside of her hoo-ha, right? And then she sat on his face and had him eat out the Fruity Pebbles.
It's not terrible.
It's just like the weird peanut butter conversation that we had.
No, that's like on the outside.
Right.
It was. I mean, I don't know if it was.
But is that like the scenario that we're imagining it in? Is that's where he's like eating?
It was like a taste enhancer.
Cereal from her.
Which yeah.
That's what I think. From her.
Just because I can't think of another way they would have used Fruity Pebbles and her being standing up, without it just being her dropping Fruity Pebbles.
I envisioned it that she put a funnel to herself and cereal, literally a bowl of cereal inside of her, and then just like.
That's a different thing. Where people eat cereal out of their assholes.
Not even her asshole, did her vagina. Excuse my French. Her pussy.
Yeah. I mean, I think the thing that's really funny, but also kind of sad about that, is that the husband was like kind of like a background character for most of that episode. But the only thing I know about him now is that he has a Fruity Pebbles because Whitney dropped a box of Fruity Pebbles inside of the gift box and handed it to Demi. And then Demi didn't throw the box, but she put it upstairs.
She put it on the fucking piano.
I bet you he went upstairs to like go lay down. He's like, oh,
Fruity Pebbles. Remember, Demi?
It's Valentine's.
Get a treat.
He got excited for bed. Just a taste.
Ew. I don't know. Like,
listen, I don't know what exactly happened, and I won't try to pick it apart anymore because obviously Demi didn't want the world to fucking know that, but Whitney wanted the world to fucking know that.
Yeah,
because her life is so boring that she needs to talk about other people's sex lives.
Whitney's life is not boring. Her husband cheated on her 100,000 times.
So does probably every fucking person.
Yeah. I want to know
She's not doing shit with cereal.
She claims to be so upstanding within her church and all of these things. Like, in what world did she think that that was going to be a funny joke?
Yeah, because honestly, the best part of it was when she gave Demi that fucking present, and then Demi was like, wow, that's fucking rude. And then
Storms off.
And then storms off, but then Whitney's like, I can't believe she's mad at me. I'm so blindsided.
Yeah.
What?
I just gotta say, I've never laughed harder in reaction, and I think any mundaner sense than someone being mad that their joke didn't land. Right?
That's like someone from work telling you like a joke, and then they keep saying it until you laugh. And then they're just laughing at themselves.
She's like, I'm pissed. Honestly, I don't know. That pissed me off.
And then when he has the nerve to cry about it,
Oh, yeah.
like the actual tears.
Who he?
Whitney.
Said he.
No, Whitney has she sits there and cries.
Am I hearing things?
Whitney,
I heard he.
I said Whitney.
Whitney has a he like.
Okay.
But like,
We got some.
she gets upset and
I
then
heard
she
he only.
cries because Demi's mad at her. It's the
That's
cheese
that,
it.
that's that cheese it. Grunge.
No, I just haven't slept in a very long time.
You haven't blinked? Okay, there you go.
Okay, so obviously, it's like Debbie does take responsibility for airing her sex life to the girls, but she also probably did tell them, like, I was told not to tell a soul, so you cannot tell anybody outside of this little whatever circle that's going on.
Right.
Because I think she told Whitney and Michaela. No, not Michaela. Macy.
One of them.
Because they were telling Michaela about it. Anyways, neither here nor there.
Right. Yeah, so we'll go off that.
Oh, also this Galentine's is supposed to be like a woman empowering, no men Valentine's, girls only. Whitney showed up in pajamas like she was going to stay over, but I bet she did not.
No.
I bet she was kicked out
Yeah.
the second it hit 10 p.m. Take your free pebbles with you.
Yes. See ya.
Bless you.
I think another reason why Demi was so mad at it is also because it was supposed to be this female empowering night, and nothing about that prank that Whitney thought was so funny was empowering at all.
It was degrading.
Yeah. And she's like, really? Like, I told you the premise of this night, and you go and you do something like this.
On television.
Yeah.
I'm surprised she didn't slap her in the face.
I probably would
I
have.
think if it wasn't televised, it would have been a lot more.
Like a full cat fight.
Love to see Whitney scratched.
I'm
Ooh,
kind of
her
concerned
just-
for what's going to happen when like they play this back, and that dude has to see that not only is his Fruity Pebbles fetish known to the world, but Whitney made a joke about it, and he lost out on having a box of Fruity Pebbles. You know what I mean? Like,
Not even a box. It was the bags.
Costco bag.
Yeah, it was a Costco bag.
That's like $14 right there, 100%.
That's inflation right there.
But then it gets brought up again
in the girls' trip.
in the next episode. Yeah, on the girls' trip.
Yeah.
It's a discussion up here.
Episode 4 was crazy. Mikey left. He had to sleepy poo.
It's called the Book of Truth.
Yeah, because she brought a box of truth to this girls' trip. And you're supposed to, like, put a truth question in.
Yeah,
It's kind of like a truth and truth. So
Yeah.
truth or dare. And they all kind of read this sentence, and be like, what would you do?
Yeah.
Uncomfortable. Also, it was not her birthday party. It was fucking Macy's birthday resort. And then Demi was like, guys, I have an idea. We need to squash this beef Let's do a truth box.
Which
Only works about 20% of the time.
Yeah. So it starts
This
off.
is a thing? Truth box is a thing?
No, this is a thing that Demi has created.
I don't think she created it.
But it's not like I'm not bringing a truth box with me to a party. That's for damn sure. There's this little idea. She's like, okay, we're gonna write anonymous questions on pieces of paper. We're gonna stuff them in this box, and then we're gonna randomly pull them out. And this starts off fun, kind of joking, lighthearted. Who would you turn lesbian for? Whose husband would you sleep with if you were single, or if everybody was single, kind of thing. A little girls trippy, right? Like jokes, haha, whatever. And then people don't pull punches.
Oh.
They're calling people out by name on these questions. And it gets bad fast.
Like 3 questions in.
Yeah.
The whole mood
So
changes.
immediately?
It was like, Whitney, why are you so jealous of Taylor?
Oh, fuck.
And her clout. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
Or
I'm
tell the
saying
truth
the
about
right
why
thing.
you're jealous of Taylor and her clout or something.
Yeah.
She said, well,
I'm not.
she didn't say that. So part of the reason is because when my kid had RSV virus, well, that's part of it, I made this video dancing next to my child after they were getting better, doing this TikTok dance, and I got so much hate from it. But you did that live thing about soft swinging, and you just were forgiven immediately. No, dude.
She's still receiving backlash about this.
Yeah, but Taylor did not say that. She was just like, oh, okay. But then in her like interview, she was like, if Whitney knew like I got a freaking death threat yesterday, she wouldn't be saying that right now.
I don't think they're friends, dude.
They're not.
Oh, they're not. But I feel bad. I'm like constantly just like, Taylor, why do you want to be friends with her so badly? Is it just because you've known her for so long?
Yeah, that's interesting. Because I wonder, like, what that dynamic actually is.
Yeah.
Like, is it like a working thing where she's like, oh, we're work friends? Or is it like she thought they were legit friends because they started the city together? Like, it's never was that on Whitney's end?
Repeat the question.
So I want. Okay. So if I let me see if I can. If I heard that. No, if I heard this question right. So I feel like because it originally started out the 4 of them, right? And they have now brought
The OGs.
Yeah, they've brought in all of these other people. So I imagine after everything, Taylor really just wants to get back to mom talk. And I kind of wonder if she wants Whitney because there is 2+ years of friendship and history.
2 years, that's it?
Yeah.
I dropped that immediately.
And everything. And or at the very least be like acquaintance enough that it's not uncomfortable to be in the same room.
Yeah, she's trying to have a friendship of civility.
Yeah.
For the sake of Monta.
Right.
Which is a lost cause.
Yeah.
At this point, yeah, just let it go.
But honestly, I have a lot of respect for Demi specifically because she was called out in that whole truth box scenario for calling Jen too Mormon. She was like, you're so Mormon and you talk about it so much that it's almost like you're trying to convince yourself and others that you are Mormon. It's like, just be it and shut the fuck up about it. Or don't. But then that turned into like a weird fight back and forth. And then all of a sudden, because it was Whitney who told Jen what Demi said about her. So Whitney's out here just telling everybody what everybody's saying about each other. Drama spreader. And then that conversation turns into, oh, and she also said that Taylor was white trash.
Oh, yeah.
And then Taylor's like, what? Demi, I thought we were cool.
That's news to me.
Like, I had so much respect for you. What did you say that for? And she was like, well, you're a swinger. You could tell she's like panicking because she didn't expect that to be like
To be aired out.
Yeah.
to be talked about in front of everyone.
Yeah.
Which I get, blindsided, right? But she owns up to it, and she's like, "Yeah, I think that the choices you've made in the past seem white trashy." But she never brought up her arrest. And I was like, we were both looked at each other while watching. We're like, her getting like arrested for DV is probably the most white trash thing that she could have done that year.
Out in your yard screaming
You peed yourself.
because you were so drunk.
That was the thumbnail for the first time.
Yeah, I respect Demi and that she does.
Own
So-
up to her shit.
Yeah, so she ends up pulling Taylor aside
Mhm.
after
After,
all
yeah.
of this because she calls Whitney out in front of everybody
Yeah, I forgot what she said.
and was like, "You agreed with me."
Oh.
She's like, "No, I didn't." Right, Macy? Macy's like, "I don't even know what we're talking about."
Yeah, she's like, "This is spiraled. I'm just trying to enjoy my birthday."
She was like, "I don't know, so I'm not going to say yes or no." I think she said, no, you didn't at first, but then it turned into like, wait, what was even said?
Yeah.
Like she had amnesia or something.
Again,
She fake.
A lot of manipulation on
Yeah.
here.
so
Oh, yeah.
it's awful. So then Demi pulls Taylor aside and owns up to everything that she has said and is like, I said it in the heat of the moment, petty, upset, loose-lipped kind of thing. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be better, do better, and everything. And I would say they squash it.
Absolutely. And then Whitney pulls Macy aside and was like, "Why didn't you defend me?
Why didn't you back me up?
You were there. I even turned to you and asked you, and you said nothing." She's like, I don't know what you want me to say, Whitney. Like, I tried not to be a part of it.
Oh boy.
And then she's like, "Well, if it gets brought up again, I'll back you up."
Just to, like, make her feel better.
Well,
Shut the fuck up.
so then
I don't even
Taylor-
think that Macy's her friend.
It's starting to feel like none of these people like being around each
Yeah.
Yeah. So then the next day, right?
The morning, right?
Right?
Also, they're popping Dr. Peppers at like 6 a.m.
Because they're not allowed to drink coffee or tea,
Yeah.
which is
Oh,
crazy.
other. Yeah.
They're hopped up on sugar. This is why they're doing this.
Sugar
They're
Rush
on
is like
that-
talking crazy.
They're on that sody pop.
I need to
Them
get a Dr.
dirty
Pepper.
cokes. So the next morning, Taylor pulls Whitney aside for a conversation and is kind of asking, why didn't you tell me that we weren't friends?
Yeah. Why are you telling everyone else
But-
except for me?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Whitney talks her way around that so.
I mean, I think she just ultimately was like, I didn't care enough to tell you.
Yeah.
I don't feel like our friendship is reciprocated because you didn't call me after the Connor thing.
Right.
She's like, I feel like I did. If you feel like you did, you probably didn't. But you were also probably in jail.
What was the Connor thing?
The whole Tinder porn addiction.
Her husband, Connor.
But she told her that in person. Why would she call her afterwards?
To make sure she was okay.
So
Check up on your girls.
originally, so this is the crazy thing. So the swinger thing came
Guys, don't do
out.
that.
The swinger thing came out. Taylor made a live, and on the tail end of that, it came out that Connor, Whitney's husband, has been on Tinder and soliciting and asking for photos, essentially.
Oh.
And I don't even know if Whitney ever acknowledged it.
Is that where that came out?
That's when that
Didn't you
came
say
out.
that was not happening at all?
Right, she denied it, and then they hightailed it to Hawaii.
Wee.
And then she got mad at Taylor for doing the live, saying they were swinging.
Right. So while
You get
Taylor
get
is
it.
in like the deep end of this ocean, just swimming in all this shit of swinging, there's a rumor about Whitney and her husband, and she expects Taylor to reach out to her about it.
Did she reach out to Taylor about this one?
No, she was pissed.
Because she
Okay.
told her shit. I think we're going around in circles here.
I need the swinging couples to come forward and say, yes, we were fucking swinging. Because now I need to know. Did they
We're
actually
never
do some
gonna know.
swinging? Did they
We're
actually-
never gonna know.
We're never gonna know. Like, we're never gonna know what happened with those fruity pebbles.
I think I put-
I have literally no idea. I need you to draw me a diagram.
I'm not that good of an artist.
No, thank you. I don't want to
I don't
see
think you need to be skilled. There's a whiteboard over there.
So then she
This whole just like birthday vacation turns into Whitney drama.
I think everything turns into Whitney drama.
Yeah, so Macy's like trying to have her birthday, right? But Whitney's just being attacked, I guess. Or
No.
called out. I want to say just called out.
Yeah.
Attack's not what they were doing.
No.
They're finally just trying to tell her, like, listen, it seems like you just hop from friend to friend, like, until you need that friend. And you use them up, like, you're almost like a succubus.
Yeah, and then you discard them when you're done.
Yeah. So even Jessie said that.
Yeah.
Multiple of them
Yeah.
were like,
Demi called her ass out.
and Taylor was just trying to, she's like, I'm just trying to understand why you don't like me. Just like,
And why you couldn't at least tell me that you didn't want to be my friend.
yeah. Anyways, when Taylor and Whitney are talking, Demi's like, why are they being so fake right now? I'm about to go up there and I'm about to bring receipts. So she does. I do kind of feel like Demi probably shouldn't have interjected herself into that. They were coming to their own understanding within themselves.
Yeah.
Demi just couldn't let it slide, which is respectable as well.
Right. Because you sit there and you watch.
Just a Dr. Pepper stew, dude.
you watch Whitney sit here and kind of make it about her and then she turns into the victim, and Demi's refusing to let that happen.
Right.
Demi's absolutely being like, no, this is what you've said. Say it to her face. Don't try and walk around it or whatever. And, like, own up to it. It's all on camera. We can sit here and watch it back. And so I respect Demi for doing that. But then Whitney starts to cry.
Oh.
I want to say one thing before you get to the next part.
Okay.
Before Demi goes up there, she tells all the girls that her and Whitney did ketamine together.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
She was like, actually, like a week ago, we did ketamine. And then she was telling me that she actually did that video with her RSV baby for clout. Like, she admitted to it, and I have it recorded.
First of all.
Yeah, why are you recording your friend?
First of all.
Not gonna lie, I'd probably record us if we were doing ketamine therapy too.
I mean,
Yes.
so they did ketamine therapy?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, no,
So-
they didn't get off, like, a Dakota, you know.
Yeah,
They didn't
I
go to
was like,
Dakota and be
do
like,
they have, like, ketamine dealer? Because that feels way more
No,
extreme.
they did a ketamine therapy session.
no,
Yeah.
this has to be, like, regulated, right? If you're going to put drugs, let it be in a doctor's office, like the nitric oxide.
Yeah.
I didn't say that
It's the only way that they're allowed to do drugs. If it's doctor regulated.
Also, I gotta say, serial girls doing Special K.
Right.
Absolutely.
It's probably why she did that. It's probably, like, the day after she took that ketamine.
Dude, those foods are gonna have a fucking taste.
Ew. Just bring up cereals. Special K.
So she admitted to doing the hospital video for clout.
On her
Yes.
ketamine high, yes.
Wow. Wow.
So that's when she was like, I'm not going to let her just make shit up. I'm going up there.
Yeah, they should just start just recording.
Absolutely.
Maybe do
Well, they
an
are
entire
now.
show.
Yeah. And then
They probably begged for this show just for her.
She'd be insane without this show to show you that she does crazy bullshit.
Yeah.
Because, like, that Fruity Pebbles thing, I gotta go back. Because if
We've gotta let this go.
I need to know what happened.
Because here's the thing. She brings it up. The girls in the room barely know what she's talking about. She's like, the Fruity Pebbles thing from that.
You haven't heard?
What? She's like, oh,
Come here,
tell you.
I'll whisper.
I'll whisper. Fuck that. I'll show you in person what happened. I'm like, damn, that's kind of a lot for a thing she said in confidence.
Right.
Then she's like, oh, by the way, I'm glad I told the audience because this gift would make no sense without me telling the audience. I got her a bag of Fruity Pebbles.
I think the crazy thing is, like,
Guess what I got?
she didn't even leave it in the bag.
No.
She dumped it out of the bag into the box.
It's like paper.
Yeah.
It was
You're
like
wasting food at this point.
meant to be like just for a joke.
Yeah, there's no use for these pebbles no more. Unless you find a use. Here you go.
I wouldn't trust loose pebbles.
Pebble.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gross.
I don't know. This is a crazy,
Ah,
wild roller coaster of 3 fucking episodes.
Yep. So we've learned Whitney likes to cause problems and then cry and turn herself into the victim.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we finally get to Macy's birthday dinner.
Oh yeah, they were like, we have to go to dinner. It's like, oh shit, we have to go. Yeah.
We have dinner reservations at 7 and it's 6 p.m.
Oh, we should get ready.
It's such a wild transition as like Macy's or not Macy's, Whitney's on the floor in like a walk-in closet crying,
I feel like such a pussy.
surrounded by like these girls.
You're not a pussy, even if you cry.
And Demi's standing in the doorway just like going at her like this.
Stupid ass bitch.
And then someone's like, I think it's Taylor. I think Taylor.
No, Michaela's her.
Oh, it's like
Michaela's not in this room anymore. She's on the bed in the bedroom. She's like, I have something to interject. We have to go to dinner. They're like, oh shit.
So they all rushed in.
You're like, yes, the girl with the chronic disease. Let's feed her.
Give her some food.
He's like, I really need to eat. I only had 7 sodas this morning.
The Dr. Pepper is a brewing.
I don't want to shit my pants.
You guys are in the bathroom. Either leave or let me
I thought
shit.
you were using it correctly.
Oh my gosh. So
There's also like a walk-in closet in the bathroom. I'm noticing that now.
yeah, so for some reason that's a weird trend within houses. You walk from your bedroom into a walk-in closet and then into the bathroom.
No, it was like a bedroom, bathroom, and then the closet.
Oh yeah.
Never seen that.
That's how my parents' apartment was.
Interesting.
So they
Let's not
go
talk
to
about
dinner.
blueprints.
So they go to dinner
Oh God.
and everyone's decided to like put on a face, right?
Right,
Let's leave it behind. Let's let Macy enjoy her dinner.
It's her birthday.
Blah blah blah.
Guys, let's stop.
Whitney is sitting there at the table crying.
Time out.
What's your question?
All this happened in the day, just like
It's 2 days.
Also, the first fight happened within the first 3 hours
Oh
of
my
them
God.
being there.
Yeah.
I was like, it hasn't been a week?
This is a 2-day trip. So we're on night 2.
so Whitney got dressed and now
Fuck us, Fitz. I will tell you that much.
Yeah, I don't.
She's dressed like a goddamn pilgrim.
all of her fits have been fuck ass fits.
Yes.
Remember that large sweater vest she was wearing?
Yes.
Yes. Also,
Yes.
she showed up to this resort in like multicolored, like very 70s spandex. You gotta see it.
And like Astro boot looking
Look
face.
that up.
Extra mood.
She literally had Astro boots on, dude.
If it's the legit ones,
They were all in like little ski outfits,
Right.
Like the legging, the tight, and then like their big snow boots.
Yeah, it was all themed.
I think they went like upstate Utah or something.
Yeah, to some
Colorado,
like ski
Probably
resort thing. I
it's
don't know.
snowing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, they're at this dinner. I think even Taylor's kind of like, let's just calm down, guys.
Yeah, let's just have a good time. Put differences aside.
But,
enjoy
like,
this dinner.
Whitney's looking at Demi, who's like across from her, and she's like, I can't believe she's just like acting all like nothing happened.
Because they're taking selfies.
She's just taking selfies over there, and like, we're not even gonna talk about this anymore. No, honey. No. So then she gets up to go to the bathroom. She's like, I gotta use the bathroom. She's like crying on her way out. The producers are checking on her. They're like, are you okay? Like, what's going on? She's like, I just can't sit at that table. And then she's like, oh, you can't? And she's like, no, I need to have a cry in the bathroom. Like, I'll be right out. She's like, oh yeah, I get it. Have your cry. Do you?
Yeah.
So then Whitney comes back and
with the birthday cake. Awesome.
God bless. She comes back and then all of a sudden she's like, happy birthday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Total 180 of emotions.
She did some coke in the bathroom.
Or ketamine.
That's okay.
She stole. So yeah, she's coming back and like bringing the cake with her. She's setting it down, but then the fucking camera goes to her foot. And she has toilet paper stuck to her fucking shoe. But the producers were by the bathroom with her, and they're just like, Brad, you gotta get a close up on her shoe.
The crazy,
that shit, dude.
the best, yeah, like that's the best part. Is like she's come out. The cake is being held here, right, as she's walking.
Yeah.
There's no need for them to zoom out and show her feet at all, but they sure as shit zoom out and then zoom straight in on her butt.
Oh, what's
I'm glad I
that?
didn't see that. I'm so glad I didn't see that.
Killed me. Actually killed me.
Oh, it's fantastic.
She probably still has that toilet paper stuck to her shoe to this day.
God, dude.
I thought she was gonna drop the cake.
She was like emotional, you know.
I was like, how did we go from like we just sat down? Within 5 minutes, she's crying in the bathroom. Food hasn't been served, and now we're bringing the cake out.
Did they have dinner yet or no?
Yeah.
These people just survive on sugar.
No, they had dinner.
I thought she was coming back from crying with this cake. Because that's why I felt like she was wobbling.
Oh, she didn't eat.
I don't know.
Oh, man.
I don't know. It was a weird cut. I'm not. I don't know.
Unless she was literally hiding in the bathroom for
the entire
40
day.
minutes.
Also, it's funny to have the girl who was crying carry out your cake, like the least stable person.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think any of them knew she was crying. None of them got up to go check on her.
No one cared.
Except for the producer. I think she's legally obligated to, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, there's a lot to come as well.
Next episode is Vegas.
Literally and figuratively.
You guys looked a little... I really want you guys to know, when you guys wrapped up the previous episode, you guys looked kind of like, oh, that was kind of funny, kind of weird, whimsical. You guys literally look like you are terrified of watching the next couple episodes.
I'm actually excited.
I'm ready to see what happens in Vegas. Because it's not staying in Vegas.
They go to Chippendales?
Yeah.
The boys also go on this trip.
Do they?
Yeah.
It's going to be a very...
Oh, yeah, because Zach's, like, gambling.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, that's the one thing we didn't bring up. The breadwinner thing.
Oh, that's right.
Because...
You guys got to explain this.
So, Jen's in the hotel room or resort room talking to Jesse, which Jesse's like, are we still friends? Like, after that whole baby blessing thing? Like, I thought you said that you were, like, the closest with me, so, like... It's like, yeah, no, of course.
It was Zach.
Right.
Oh, yeah, that was crazy, dude.
And then it got into some weird thing about, like, who's the breadwinner in her household, and once he's done with medical school, who will still be the breadwinner. She's like, I'll probably at that point still be making more money than him anyway.
Bro's gonna be a surgeon.
And she was like,
Wow.
I don't think surgeon.
You
The
make a
father's
lot of
the head
money
of
on
surgery.
social media for little to no work. So
Very true.
You can easily eclipse, because like he has debt still, right?
Right.
No,
can
she's
easily
paying for
eclipse.
his stuff.
Yeah,
He has no debt.
yeah. As crazy as it is, entertainment is even more stable than medical.
Right. So I think because doesn't she kind of bring up that,
All the shit she's paying for.
yeah, and
Oh damn!
Zach is expecting that once he becomes licensed, that her role is going to go back to a more traditional
Right.
Mormon mother role.
Right.
So their quality of life is going to drop considerably.
So it's going to change. So he's cool with her doing this now because they need the money.
He needs the money.
Yeah.
For school.
But once he's done, he wants to be the sole, like not necessarily sole provider, but
He wants to switch roles with her.
yeah.
And then Jesse was kind of talking about like how much her husband helps out in the house, and he's pretty great about it, whatever. I don't know, some weird like woman power, I make the most money, but it was kind of, what's the word for like, kind of like when men kind of put you in your place, but if it's reversed, is it misogynistic if it's towards a man?
No, it's misogynistic is toward a woman.
So what's the alternative?
The reverse of that? I have no idea.
I don't know. Why don't you look it up? You're talking about like when a guy says something like, dudes do this, do this, do this, women do this, do this, do this.
Yeah.
What's the opposite of it?
If a woman
What's when
says
a
that,
woman's like, no, you're the man mom?
you're the stay-at-home husband.
Yeah.
You're Mr. Mom.
Not mansplaining.
Nope. The opposite.
That's still a man degrading a woman.
The opposite of misogynistic.
Maybe it's never
Oh, it's
been
misandry.
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 I have heard of that. She's very misandrous. I'm so surprised I could say that. My head hurts.
That's crazy. I feel like if I was, dating a lady, she was like making big money on social media, and I was gonna have a secure job. Why not keep both of those fucking dope pillars going?
Yeah.
That's more fun for both of us.
Because you weren't brought up in a very traditionally religious household.
Also, like if you're both working, then who's taking care of the kids?
You can take care of kids and work.
It can be done, but that's how they think, is what I'm saying.
I would say
That's not my opinion.
most of the time the wives are all stay-at-home moms.
In Mormon
Yeah.
I guess that's
culture.
true.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is going to be a wild next couple episodes.
It really truly is.
But don't expect them to do better in Las Vegas.
Didn't we see like a coming this season and someone's fucking cooter? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When is that gonna come around?
I
don't
think
know.
Is it on the Vegas trip?
So
It might be the Vegas trip.
I feel like unless I don't need to know who it is, but depending on who it is, depends on which context and social gathering they have. To be like, look at it.
Because they were definitely in the bedroom. I
Yeah.
couldn't tell if it was a hotel bedroom.
They all kind of look the same.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
I'll be honest with you. There's 8 episodes total.
And we're on 4.
You guys watched 4.
Well, now you have.
So we have very few episodes left to Cooter, right? Episodes to Cooter, at least 2 to 3.
T-minus 2 to 3.
3 episodes. I'm going to guess it's going to be
The very last one.
the first book of Sit, episode 6.
So when they're in Vegas.
No,
No.
it's episode 5, the Book of Broken Bells.
Oh my god.
I can't wait.
She got married to a boy like you out if she ever knew about all the you told me that you do. Dirty, dirty boy. You know everyone is talking on the scene. I hear them whispering about the places that you've been.